Top 5 countries where women need men the most right now. Did you know that in some parts of the world women rely on men not just for companionship, but for survival? It's a stark reality brought about by various socio-economic factors. From access to basic needs to security, the gender imbalance across different countries can be quite profound. This imbalance isn't about superiority or inferiority, but rather it reflects on the social, economic and political structures of a country. Intrigued? Stick around as we delve into the top 5 countries where women need men the most right now. But wait, before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my crucial stuff. Comment, "I subscribe" below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. Let's get started. Starting the list at number 5, we have Afghanistan. Situated in the heart of Asia, Afghanistan is a nation that, despite its rich history and cultural heritage, has been ravaged by decades of conflict and political instability. This turmoil has disproportionately affected its female population, leading to a scenario where many Afghan women are heavily dependent on men for their most basic needs and safety. In Afghanistan, the socio-political climate is one that is marked by deeply entrenched patriarchal norms. Women are often denied access to education, healthcare and employment opportunities, leaving them reliant on the men in their lives for sustenance. This lack of independence is further exacerbated by the fact that many Afghan women are not allowed to leave their homes without a male escort, be it a husband, father or brother. But the challenges facing Afghan women are not just systemic, they are personal too. Take, for instance, the story of Fatima, a woman from the province of Herat. After losing her husband in the ongoing conflict, Fatima was left to raise her 5 children alone. With no education or skills to secure a job, Fatima is forced to rely on the charity of her male relatives and neighbors for survival. Similarly, there's the story of Aisha, a young girl from Kabul who dreams of becoming a doctor. However, her aspirations are constantly thwarted by societal norms that dictate her place is in the home, not in a school or a hospital. Aisha's story is a stark reminder of the dreams and potential that are stifled every day in Afghanistan due to the lack of women's rights. In a country where violence and insecurity are daily realities, the role of men becomes even more critical. For many women, men are not just providers but also protectors, often standing between them and the dangers that lurk outside their homes. But let's remember, this is not just about Afghanistan, but about the world as a whole. It's a call to action for us all to strive for a world where every woman, regardless of where she is born, has the right to live with dignity, independence and security. In Afghanistan, men play a crucial role in the survival and well-being of women. Moving on to the 4th spot, we find ourselves in the Democratic Republic of Congo. In the heart of Africa lies the Democratic Republic of Congo, a country rich in natural resources, yet plagued by a series of internal conflicts. These conflicts have had a profound impact on the country's women, making men essential for their survival. Gender-based violence in Congo is rampant, with women often falling victim to horrific acts of violence. These acts are not just a symptom of the ongoing conflict, but also a reflection of the deeply rooted gender inequality present in the society. In such an environment, men play a crucial role in the protection of women. This is not about endorsing patriarchal norms, but rather acknowledging the harsh realities of life in Congo. Let's consider the story of Mireille, a Congolese woman. She survived a brutal attack only because her brother risked his own life to protect her. This is just one of countless examples that show how men are often the first line of defense for women in Congo. The issue does not end with violence. The literacy rate among women in Congo is staggeringly low. According to UNESCO, fewer than 3 out of every 10 women can read or write. This lack of education reduces their capacity to be economically independent. Men, therefore, become providers, not just of security, but also of basic needs. Imagine Amina, a mother of 5. Her husband, a miner, is the sole provider for the family. His earnings put food on the table, clothes on their backs, and even pay for their children's education. Without him, Amina and her children would struggle to meet their most basic needs. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the narrative is clear. The circumstances under which women live are harsh and unforgiving. Men, in their roles as protectors and providers, become indispensable for women's survival. It's important to note, this isn't about reinforcing traditional gender roles. It's about understanding the reality of life for women in these regions and the vital roles men play in their lives. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, men are a necessity for women's survival. Before we continue, can I beg a little favor? If you're liking what you're hearing, show us some love by pressing that like button. And hey, if you want to be in the loop for our fantastic upcoming videos, make sure to press subscribe and ring that bell so you're always in the know. Oh, and one more thing. Drop a quick "I subscribe" down in the comments, and I'll make sure to offer you a warm welcome to our amazing family. All right, enough of that. Let's keep the conversation flowing. At number 3, we have Yemen. A land of ancient history and rich culture, Yemen is currently embroiled in a devastating conflict that has had a profound impact on its population, particularly women. The ongoing civil war in Yemen is not merely a backdrop to the lives of its citizens. It's a daily reality that shapes their existence, and women bear a disproportionate share of the burden. As the conflict continues, women find themselves playing the roles of mother, provider and protector, often in extremely challenging circumstances. Consider the story of Amina. A young woman in her 20s, Amina was accustomed to a life of relative peace and stability. But when the war broke out, she found herself suddenly responsible for her entire family. With her father and brothers called to the front lines, Amina had to step up as the main provider. However, societal norms and restrictions often hindered her ability to work and provide for her family, making the presence of a man crucial for basic needs. Protection is another area where Yemeni women heavily rely on men. The conflict has led to a breakdown of law and order, and women are often at risk of violence and exploitation. In these circumstances, having a male relative or spouse can offer a level of security and protection. Representation is yet another aspect where the role of men is crucial. In Yemen, men traditionally represent the family in public matters, be it at community meetings or negotiations for resources. Despite the increasing role women are playing in their households and communities, societal norms still emphasize the importance of male representation. Let's take the example of Fatima, a mother of 3. When her village was negotiating access to a scarce water source, it was her husband who represented their family, even though Fatima was the one who had the knowledge and expertise about water conservation. These stories illustrate the critical role men play in the lives of women in Yemen. The ongoing conflict has not only amplified existing gender inequalities, but also underscored the importance of men in providing basic needs, protection and representation. In Yemen, the presence of a man in a woman's life can be a matter of life and death. Sudan takes the second spot on our list. Situated in the heart of Africa, Sudan is a country rich in history and culture. Yet it's also a place where women face some of the most challenging circumstances on the globe. The cultural norms and traditions in Sudan play a significant role in shaping the lives of women and their dependence on men. In Sudan, women's rights are limited, and their roles are often defined by age-old customs and traditions. For instance, the practice of early and forced marriages is still prevalent, often leading to a cycle of dependency that is hard to break. It's not uncommon for girls as young as 10 to be married off in exchange for a dowry, a practice that not only robs them of their childhood, but also their chance at education and personal growth. Furthermore, women's safety in Sudan is a matter of grave concern. Despite efforts to improve the situation, gender-based violence remains alarmingly high. This includes physical and sexual violence, forced marriages, and female genital mutilation. The fear of such violence often confines women to their homes, making them dependent on men for their basic needs and safety. Societal representation for Sudanese women is also a challenge. Although the country has made some strides in this area, women are still underrepresented in decision-making roles. This lack of representation means that women's needs and concerns are often overlooked, further reinforcing their dependency on men. Economic factors also contribute to this dependency. With limited access to education and job opportunities, many Sudanese women rely on men for their livelihood. This economic dependence is not just a matter of survival, but also a societal expectation that further entrenches gender inequality. In essence, for Sudanese women, men are not just family members or partners. They are often the gateway to safety, financial stability, and societal acceptance. It's a reality that underscores the urgent need for change. For Sudanese women, men are often the gateway to a better life. And the top spot goes to Pakistan. In this South Asian country, a complex web of socio-economic factors contributes to a stark gender inequality that leaves many women dependent on men for their basic needs. Women in Pakistan face a myriad of challenges, from restricted access to education and healthcare to limited opportunities for work. This is further compounded by societal norms that often relegate women to the home, making them reliant on male family members for financial support and societal status. The situation is particularly dire in rural areas where traditional cultural norms hold greater sway. Here, women are often entirely dependent on men for their safety and well-being. This dependence is not just financial, but also social and emotional. It's a reality that underscores the vital role men play in the lives of women in Pakistan. In Pakistan, men are not just partners, but often the sole providers and protectors. As we wrap up, let's reflect on what we've learned today. We've journeyed to 5 countries: Afghanistan, Democratic Republic of Congo, Yemen, Sudan, and Pakistan, exploring the unique challenges faced by women. These nations are where women need men's support the most due to a myriad of socio-economic and cultural factors. Remember, knowledge is power, and understanding these issues is the first step towards addressing them. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more informative content.